guys, my name is Arushi, and for the past 5 weeks I've been volunteering at the Tri-City Voice Food Bank and Mobile Pantry, and I'm going to take you with me. Let's go! So week 1 I worked at the check-in tent where I worked on the computer scanning people in. Customers lined up right here, and part of my role was to greet them and make them feel welcome. I noticed that a lot of them felt anxious or even a little scared to be there, so a little smile was the least I could do. And of course, answering any questions they may have. And there you go. Have a good day.
Thank you.
So the reason that we check people in is to ensure that each person is visiting no more than twice a month, but when that does happen, I gently turn them away and tell them to come back next month. One lady, however, I turned her away and she just looked at me and she said, "Please, I need." So I nodded and I let her through, even though this was the 3rd time in the month that she visited. And I told my manager about this later, thinking that she wouldn't be really happy. But to my pleasant surprise, she responded with, "I would let her through. You never know what these people are going through." And that really resonated with me because community service has no rules other than being kind to people. And volunteering is about showing empathy and helping people in ways that they need help, not just in ways that you can help. So after checking in, customers make their way to the food line next, where we have a beautiful assortment of fruits, veggies, bread, and rice, and a bunch of other things that change every day. In front of each bin, you'll notice a number of the max amount customers can get of that item. This is to ensure that each customer gets food. It's really heartwarming though, because a lot of people, when they think free food, they just take everything. But at the food bank, most people just take what they need and then they leave the rest for others. And here's a beautiful spread from another day, because of course, new day, new spread. And of course, no food gets wasted, so any rotting produce we just toss into this compost bin. Next, I'm going to share with you guys my conversation with the director herself. So our first question for you today, Linda, is that in class we've been discussing how a lot of poor people stay poor not just because of they're not putting in enough hard work, but because of how unfair the system is. What has the TCV Food Bank been doing to help that?
Yeah, I think that it's like, that's a really great thing that people are talking about, because there is this misconception that people only need food because they're lazy and they're too lazy to work, right? But like, a lot of the people that come here have all these life circumstances that they're fighting against in a system that is built to be unfair to them. And so one thing that we try to do is just alleviate some of the stress that they might feel in trying to navigate all these things. A lot of people talk about how poverty is a full-time job, and you have to go to one place to apply for benefits, and then you have to go to another place to get food, and then you have to go to the clinic that's like maybe across town. And so we try to have people come, like other community organizations that we partner with, come and have tables here sometimes so that the clients can get all the services that they need in the same place. But we recognize that hunger is not like its own issue. It's related to all these broader issues of poverty. And we are definitely like really supportive of a lot of the partners that we work with that try to address those bigger issues.
So this question stemmed from the Moving On Up article that we read in week 4 that showed why people at the bottom aren't able to move up despite their efforts and hard work. I really like Lisa's answer, because we also learned from Dwyer's article that 56% of Santa Cruz residents agree that untreated mental illness is the most significant factor causing people to become homeless, and 49% of homeless people report having a diagnosed mental illness. So obviously they need support like accessible mental health services, job support, and affordable housing. These services are so expensive, however, that people need to save up for it, and the least that the TCV Food Bank can do is that they can take care of their food so that they can save up the rest of the money for bigger priorities in their life. Next, I spoke to Georgie, who is a frequent visitor at the food bank.
Georgie Robinson.
And what's your story, sir?
My story is God came to me in 1976 in a supernatural way, and it scared me because I did not know quantum physics, because God had to alter space and time, had to come to me. But then after I took quantum physics, I realized that it's string theory, and God can go against space and time because He made space and time.
So meeting people like Georgie at the food bank is such a reality check because everyone has unique stories, and you never really know any of them from simply just looking at a stranger. So the least that I could do is make sure that they have a good experience at the food bank, because you never know what their life becomes when they leave the food bank. So I started helping elderly people carry their bags to their car. I played chalk with like some little kids while their parents shopped, and just kept observing to see what people needed, because everyone has such different needs. And I wanted to show you guys these cards because of course none of this would be possible without the city council members. So we made and signed these cards to express our gratitude for making the food bank possible. So now I'm going to show you guys around the warehouse where all the magic happens, and I'm going to show you guys the role of a runner, which I got to do once in like week 2 or 3. So these huge bins of food are filled up by the staff members who unload the trucks coming directly from the farms. After that, the runners check what's running out at the food line and come to the warehouse to fill up a box of that. We load them onto a cart and roll it right out to the front where the food distributors restock the bins.
So that one's busy, but Main Street.
This is just me doing my job, restocking some beans as a food distributor. And of course, none of this would have been possible without the amazing community that we've built at the food bank. So here's more from them.
My favorite part about working here is the volunteers.
Hi, my name is Anju. I'm the volunteer manager. And what's my favorite part? It's you guys, the volunteers. I love working with people.
Hi, my name is Om, and my favorite part of working here is helping the people.
Hi, my name is Avika, and I'm a volunteer here. My favorite part about volunteering is helping the community.
Hi, my name is Mike. I've been working here for 3.5 years, and what I really like is meeting people. And it's a lot of fun meeting different people and giving a helping hand, but I mostly like meeting them. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Because they have so many good volunteers helping this food bank give food to people that have probably nutritional deficits, that they don't have it because the food bank has volunteers like you, that God touches their hearts to help people that do God's work.
Thank you. My name is Arushi Kumar, and my favorite part of volunteering at the TCB Food Bank is the smiles on the customers' faces and the many different stories that I've gotten to hear from people. This experience has taught me compassion, and it just makes me really glad knowing that I'm making a difference in the world. Thank you.